You're listening to the Radio Wammo Breakfast, only on Kiwi.
Diagnosis, death. Two people meet as guinea pigs in a weekend drug trial. Andre and Juliet soon discover their lives are in more danger than they ever imagined. The staff, well, they're just weird, and the drugs cause hallucinations. Or is the clinic really haunted? Struggling with their senses, they must team up to unravel a spooky mystery. It's the new film by Raybon, and Raybon joins us today from Mallorca in Spain. Raybon, hello, and welcome along to the show.
Hey, hola. How are you, man?
Yeah, very good. Kia ora. Spain, what takes you to that part of the world at the moment?
Oh, you know, the weather. I'm just, I'm making it my own private mission to discover global warming.
Certainly a good thing, because it's certainly very cold in here in New Zealand at the moment. You wouldn't know it was spring.
Yeah, well, I'm really enjoying the Mediterranean.
Excellent. Are you promoting the film over there at the moment? I mean, is it getting a showing over there? Is that the reason why you're there?
No, not in Spain. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Sweden for a film festival, and the film screened there. Mm-hmm. The Swedish people love it, so that was pretty cool. I've been to a few film festivals. You know, like I went to Cannes earlier this year with it. Went to a film festival in LA. So there's been a little bit of travelling with the film. Dirty work. Someone's got to do it.
When the Swedish people love it, I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing, because they've got some pretty strange taste going on, the Swedish.
Yeah, but surely it's a good sign. They are so strange. It's all good.
I guess that's the thing. So this movie is it your second feature, the follow up to Tonga Ninja?
No. I had a very small participation with Tonga Ninja, but my friend Jason Stutter, who directed Diagnosis Death, he was really all the creative energy behind Tonga Ninja. But me and Jason wrote Diagnosis Death. Right. Okay. Now,
originally, have you written this for the silver screen, or was it for a stage play or something along those lines?
No. It was always written to be a movie.
Yep. Okay.
That's kind of how we approached it. We wanted to write a movie. It's not like we don't really go to plays, so it's not like plays or theatre is something we, really appreciate. So it was always going to be a movie.
So is this what you've been doing for the past wee while? Because it feels like you've been missing from the comedy circuit in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess I have a bit. I mean, it's been a few years since I did anything, live in New Zealand. I'll probably get back into it, quite soon.
Did you lose
a tour at some point.
Did you lose the love for it for a little while?
Did I lose the love for it? Did it lose the love for me? Oh, she's a cruel mistress comedy. I don't know. I did kind of move on to this other thing, and this got me kind of busy for, a fair little while. And then I've really been actually out of the country for a good year, so traipsing around, which, is... but I'm pleased you noticed I was gone.
Of course I did. Well,
yeah, I'm touched.
But this is a good time to make a comeback, and it's probably a good time for this film to be released as well, because there seems to be now some kind of acceptance or love for the new wave of New Zealand comedy. It seems like we've shaken off the shackles of Billy T and McPhail and Gadsby from the 80s, and we're now starting to embrace this new wave, including some of the actors who are in Diagnosis Death, the Flight of the Conchords chaps.
I'm really pleased about that. I really hope you're right about that. There is a I think once upon a time there was a kind of a cringe factor, but then there have been some people who were just just downright awesome who came through, and I hope that does change the attitude of the New Zealand audience to comedy that comes out of New Zealand.
It's interesting though, because many of these people have had to make it overseas before there's been any kind of acceptance here in New Zealand. And was it true that Tonga Ninja found more of a sort of a cult following overseas than it did here?
I don't know. did. It certainly, like it screened on TV in Australia. I mean, like Diagnosis Death is sold to the US, it's sold to the UK, and to Australia. So it's done very well internationally, and that's those are all good signs. It just means that there is an openness to it now. You don't have to try and make something for the American market to sell it in America.
Yeah. Tell us about the actual making of this film, because I was unaware. Normally we know about film projects that are going on, but there seems to be a lot of secrecy about this one when it was filmed.
I guess there was a little bit of secrecy. We were, it's not so much secrecy, it's that we kind of, major, massive, big budget type movies have, publicity units.
Yeah.
And they it's part of their massive plan to get people in on the making of and for that sort of thing. We were such a tight unit working on a tight schedule that all we really had time to do was to make the movie. So it wasn't like we were shrouded in secrecy. We were just heads down trying to get the job done. So
there wasn't covert sneaking of cameras and equipment around the streets of Wellington.
No, there actually wasn't. No, there was none of that. There was a little, there were little concerns we had about because the guys from the Concords, because Brett, Jermaine, and Reese all appear in the movie. There were times where we didn't want people to know where we were filming because, that was just going to give us more headaches.
Yeah.
So, from that point of view, but it's not like we were doing a guerrilla job with, hidden cameras and stuff.
Yeah. And pulling some of these actors together, you got Jessica Gray-Smith, Brett McKenzie, Reese Darby, Jermaine Clement, of course. I mean, is this the dream team for you?
Oh, they're pretty good, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. The whole thing came together really well, and it's pretty hard to ask for more.
Did you rely on their improv abilities as well?
There was a little bit of that. I mean, we, pretty much the script is what got made. But with people like that, you're always open to, them adding when you've got the script filmed.
Well, someone like Reese Darby, I mean, he's the king of deadpan. He's got his own style, and that certainly, from what I've seen of the film, comes through.
Yeah, it's incredibly. I had to do a scene with him, and for me, one of the hardest things was not laughing, not cracking up.
Yeah.
It's a really, there are bits of it that are meant to be kind of serious, and he's involved in some of that, and it was just the biggest effort. I would just crack up constantly, and from what I've heard about from the guys, from Brett and Jermaine, they actually find those scenes with Murray very hard to film as well,
right?
Because they just crack up.
So there are serious parts, because from what I've seen, it just looks absolutely silly, Raybon, and it's like meant to be. It's just ridiculous.
Well, it's okay. Well, the ridiculous bits are meant to be ridiculous, and then there's, I guess, there are scary bits. So it's sort of two entwined things, and the scary bits actually do make you jump, and the funny bits do make you laugh. So it's a sort of unholy marriage. Inside the New Zealand health system. Do
you think this is going to be one of those DVDs that is going to be pulled out in years to come at house parties and go, check this, I've got Diagnosis Death, and everyone's like, oh, Diagnosis Death, man, that was classic. But like not everyone's seen it, but like people just know about it, and it goes down. It has some kind of mystique about it.
I don't know. I don't know about the destiny of this film. Yeah, I mean, I really just hope a lot of people see it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes almost a Blues Brothers experience,
Okay.
where people who've seen it 20 times drag it out to watch it again with their friends.
Well, that's high hopes. That's
Yeah.
good.
Well, that's. I mean, yeah, it's not as musical as the Blues Brothers, but there are some certain. It's an audience pleaser.
It certainly is. Hey, Raybon, thanks so much for joining us from Mallorca, Spain. The DVD is out here in New Zealand on October the 15th, so it's kind of next weekish, which is great. People can go buy it. Thanks very much, Raybon.
Okay, cheers, Wammo.
Cheers. It's just gone 9 o'clock. Very shortly, the latest from the Radio Live News Centre.